paradise here in the Appalachian Mountains of Western North Carolina. We just wanted to take you on a quick tour of the ranch and give you some updates about what our future holds.
Yeah, so for updates, first and foremost, we closed on this property in December, and so I guess it's been about 4 months that we've been here. It's been kind of a crazy 4 months, from originally coming up in last fall up to North Carolina from Florida to searching for the home, and you know, now that we're here, it's just been wild. And now with all of the COVID-19 stuff going on, it's just, you know, a mess every day. But at least now I'm home for the next month, so I'm getting some projects done. We are going to be expecting at least 2 more goats this summer coming. I have 2 full-grown mamas that are I'm going to be bringing home. We're going to be expanding our chicken flock. I've got, I think, what do we have?
10?
Yeah, somewhere between 6 and 10 more chicks coming that my mom ordered for us. She gave us a little bit of a surprise, including some turkeys. I think alone she just ordered us 6 turkey chicks that they're sending up, and I think she said they were broad-breasted turkeys, which should be the all-white ones. So those would be tasty for Thanksgiving for those of you who are coming up to visit us. So we're going to be expanding our goat tribe. For those of you who don't know what that is, a goat tribe is also a goat herd. We're growing more, raising more chickens, some turkeys, and I think for this year that's about all that we're going to do. Next year we're going to focus more on the gardening aspect of the property, but we wanted to take this year and be observant, see what goes on the property during all 4 seasons, so that we have a better idea of what's really going to work for this ranch and what's not. So like Rob was saying, we are up in the mountains in Appalachia, and we are on almost 19 acres. It's a nice little private area that we have, and we're really enjoying it so far. So you want to take over?
Let's take a tour.
Let's take a tour. Let's do it. You ready to go?
Hashtag too blessed to be stressed.
Too blessed to be stressed. That's right. No worries. Let's go. Okay, so these two paddocks right behind us are behind the guest house and closest to the barn that we have here on the property. So these two boys are in the first two test paddocks that we did with our electric fencing. They're doing a really great job of keeping up with the grass, and this will be our staging area for when we have kids, hopefully next spring, and we can kind of rotate mamas and babies around in a nice pasture area and let them always have fresh grass. And when I say kids, I mean goat kids, not us, not yet. Maybe in the future, we'll see, I don't know. Okay, so this is our little barn that came with the property. It is one of the original structures here on the property. The previous owners of this ranch did say that they had horses. There's two, looks like what it would have been 2 or 3 stables or stalls that are in here. We're going to try to keep this with as much original wood and pieces that we can. We would like to rehab it a little bit. We're going to see what we can do with it. If not, we might tear it down in the future and start from scratch. But for right now, it's going to work for our needs. So this stall right here is the only one that's secured right now from any kind of feed thieves. So this is where we keep all the hay and the feed for the boys right now. I'm just giving them a little bit of grain. They've got plenty to eat right now in that paddock, but I just like to supplement them a little bit with some extra treats, some goodies. Boys ready? Turn this off so I don't get shocked. Boys. Hi, boys. You want some? Thank you for making a mess. So this guy right here is Jacques. Sometimes we call him Jackie Doo. So he was disbudded as a kid, but his little spurs started to grow and grew back crooked horns. One was broken off earlier this year by accident, and it started to grow back on his right side. And this rude boy that just came into the frame is B-Boy. The blonde patches that you see are his cashmere that he's losing, or his winter coat. Bless you. B-Boy is 2 years old, and little Jacques is 1 year old. Alright, so let's go feed the chickens. Let's get these chores done. So I'm just gonna throw them some layer pellets.
Okay.
And we'll just let them out for today. Hey, boo-boos. Not your turn yet. We're feeding chickens. Hey, ladies. See if there's any eggs. How many do you think, Rob?
3.
3? Ha ha! It's a good day. It's 5. The feathers. 3 Americanas, 1 Rhode Island Red, and 1 Moran. Said it before, this coop has got to go. Woo. Alright, so the boo-boos, or Dolly and Adele, they're a little bit more than 6 weeks old now, and they have been for the past couple weeks trying grain out. We put it in there kind of free choice for them to nibble on, and they're really starting to eat a lot more of it. So that's why we have them out here during the day in the place that we can see them, so they can eat the grass, they can nibble on their grain. So we're going to go give them their afternoon treat. They are still on the bottle. They're doing 2 bottles a day now instead of 3, and they seem to be drinking their bottles less and less as they enjoy their grain and the grass a little bit more. You guys ready? Huh? You want some nibbles? Y'all want some nibbles? Your legs. This one? They're growing fast. We're gonna get a weight on them today, hopefully. All right, you guys have fun. We're heading out.
So behind us is a middle pasture. It's the largest pasture on the property. It's just behind the house and goes all the way up to other terraces. There's about 2 more terraces up, but most of those are wooded. This is the clearest one we have.
Yeah. It's also the largest one. The other ones get a little bit smaller as you go up. We do have plans to clear cut some of that out. That way we can have plenty more pasture with some sunshine and grass growing. This property has so much to offer us. It just takes a little bit of extra work right now. So let's take you up there and show you some of what we got. All right, so like we were just saying, right off of our top deck right there, comes out from behind the house and then comes up to our first middle pasture. You can see right over there, down there is the barn where we were earlier, and the boys hiding in the shade. And that big line of rocks is the terrace, the first terrace. And what we were told by the previous owners is that years ago this used to be a big cornfield, and every time that they would plow or till and they hit rocks, they would just pile them up and eventually made multiple terraces that gave some flat areas to walk. But our property goes from past the barn all the way up the ridge line, the entire ridge, north, south, and west ridge is all ours. The weather today is gorgeous. It's sunny, 64. It was cold this morning. Still in the 30s with frost everywhere, but warms up nice. All right. So we're up here on the first terrace. As you can see, it has a nice flat area. Some chairs to sit. A lot of overgrowth. Young trees we're going to take out. We're going to leave all the big stuff, because we don't want to strip it, but we also want to allow for enough light to keep healthy pastures. So this would be the second pasture. Because we're up on a mountain, whenever it rains, all the water filters down. So on each one of these terraces, it's kind of like a little rain-fed creek. Not very impressive right now, it looks kind of gross, but whenever it's really raining, this is pumping like a little river. And the previous owners did a very good job of diverting all of the runoff water. So this little puddle, what it looks like now, eventually, whenever it's really heavy rain, gets enough water to fill up this creek all the way down the property to the main creek that you saw at the beginning of the video that's by the front driveway. And I think at its deepest point, it's about 4 foot deep, this little drainage for it. Yeah, so this property already, we were very lucky because it already has an abundance of different fruit trees. This is one of the apple trees right here. There's some more of the apple trees. All these gnarled looking ones. We're gonna try to trim them up a little bit or prune them and get them looking a little better. Anybody that's sick is gonna come out. But what we have found so far is we have paradise apples, peaches, we have crab apples, we have, what was that? We found some kind of plum tree. I think we have 2 or 3 of those. Some plum tree that's got some beautiful, beautiful blooms and smells delicious. And then we have a couple pear trees also. So we're very blessed to have all these fruiting trees that we don't have to plant now and wait 20 years. It already happened. So that's always a good thing. Let's keep going. All right, so we're walking you up through this second pasture on this terrace.
Very angry.
Oh yes, can hear them. Let's not piss off the bees. These flowers are gorgeous though. The bees are loving them. It smells wonderful up here. It smells like mint and basil. Yeah. So we're making it up now to the second terrace and the third and last pasture. I mean, I guess technically we can say this is the largest pasture. I know it's kind of hard to see because the trees are a little bit thick. But from here on out, it's straight up to our north, south, and west ridge. All the way up to the top of the mountain. We are not walking up to the top today. All right, thank you guys for joining us on this little quick tour that we did here of the property. I hope you guys stay tuned. We're gonna be doing more videos this summer as we explore more of the property and we do some work to kind of rehab this and restore some of this acreage that we have up here. We wanna use it all and we wanna respect it. So we're gonna work slow, be observant this first year, and make sure that we treat this property the way it should be treated. So thank you again so much for visiting with us today, and we hope you guys check in more often. Bye.